Okay, kids, I'm calling to order this August 11, 2026 meeting of the Hendricks County Democratic Party. Chris is going to do what Chris always does. This is Chris Blair, our vice chair. By the way, I'm Linda Lassiter, the chair.
I would ask you to stand and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag and to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay, is this on? Yeah. Okay. Very good. If you are a PC or you are a candidate, would you please stand? Thank you. Thank you. This is, yes, very good. All right, back there too. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. So please just stay standing. And
Hello, I'm Margaret McCullers. I'm the precinct chair for Lincoln 18.
Hi, I'm Stan Albaugh. I'm the precinct chair for Washington 24, and I'm running for the Washington Township Board.
Thank you. My name's Chuck Davia, and I'm Liberty 2.
Hi, I'm Tammy Rutledge, and I'm the precinct chair for Washington 4. Brand new, so I just wasn't even sure I was supposed to stand up.
Steps in. Hi, I'm Karen O'Brien. I am precinct chair for Liberty Township Precinct 5, and I'm running for Liberty Township Board.
I'm coming.
Hello, I'm Carrie Maloney. I am the precinct chair for Lincoln 9. I'm also on the field ops committee, so please see me about phone banking at the Plainfield Library on Thursday evening at 5. I'm Sarah Blainbridge. I'm a precinct chair for Washington 13.
Yeah.
I'm Will Coltrion. I'm running for State House Representative, District 40, which is Avon, in part of Plainfield.
I'm Margaret Trauner. I am running for Board of Guilford Township Trustee.
I'm Marilee Steckler. I'm Guilford 16.
Free Thompson's ass out of office. And I'm also PC for Lincoln 19. Thanks.
Douglas Gum, and I'm precinct chair for Lincoln 3. I'm also running for Brownsburg Town Council, Ward 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jaden Sessoms. I'm the precinct chair for Lincoln 15, and also, as of 30 minutes ago, the treasurer for Young Dems.
I'm Jerome Cheatham. I'm PC Washington 1.
I'm Joey Carnes, Guilford Precinct 21.
And you know, my name's Linda Lassiter, and I'm precinct chair Guilford 18.
fantastic. Thank you guys so much for all you're doing. If you are from Avon, would you make some noise? Right on. Brownsburg. Oh, very good. Danville. Yay, all right. Indianapolis. Indianapolis? All right, yeah, good. Let's see. North Salem, Pittsboro, Plainfield. All right. Let's see. The unincorporated town of Belleville. How about unincorporated town of Hazelwood? Oh, okay, very good. Let's see, Clayton, Coatesville, Amo. Oh, okay, right on, good. Did I miss anybody? Jamestown. Oh, I gotta add that to my list.
No, Jamestown's in Boone County.
Oh, it's in Boone County. Okay, all right. That's it. Everybody's here. Good job. You get everybody? Yep.
Yeah. So, this is the time, this is the moment. What are we here for? To elect Democrats. I kind of heard an echo. Okay, I like it. I like it. That was good. So, moving right along. I have next on the agenda, if you have one in front of you, it says meeting on tape. And the thing, you know, I make up these agendas, you know, sitting at my computer on any given day, and it depends on what's rolling through my mind at that moment, sometimes what shows up on the agenda. And what was this moment when I was doing this agenda, it had just been a short period of time that I had gone to YouTube and looked at one of the recordings of our meetings. And as personally horrifying as that was for me, I also noticed that a lot of what we do can't be heard on the recording. And some of that is because people hold the microphone down here. Yeah. And you have to hold the microphone like you're going to take a bite out of it. And so that everybody can hear you. And so also, if we could wait until John gets to you with the microphone, if you have something to say, then, and speak into the microphone, then our recording will make the people watching it feel a little bit better about what they're seeing, but not necessarily hearing. Thank you for that. We have 2 county council candidates here to talk with us. I'm so excited that we have county council people that are gonna change things, change something. So first, I'm gonna introduce Cindy Simmons. Cindy is gonna tell you about herself. She was on, let's see, I know Cindy primarily from 4-H when we were children. Back in the 80s, right, Frank? And her mom and dad were friends with my mom and dad, and they were huge supporters of this county and of farming in this county, and were always beloved by the people in Hendricks County, and they were bold Democrats through it all, every bit of it. And Cindy's wanting to carry on that legacy. So I'm going to turn it over to her. You're welcome.
Good evening. My name is Cindy Turner Simmons, and I am running for Hendricks County Council District 1, which is east of 267 Avon, and then all of Lincoln except one district. And you Lincoln people probably know which one that is, because I don't know yet. I'm just figuring this out. Well, to begin with, I'm a retired elementary school teacher, and I just retired as a member of the Avon School Board, and I served 2 4-year terms there. I'm a lifelong resident of Hendricks County, and my late husband, Roy, and I have one son, Ryan, who is an elementary principal, and I said I wasn't going to do this in Tippecanoe County. I have 3 grandchildren of every month, and they meet at 9 a.m. in the morning, because I've been to several meetings. Reason I decided to run for county council office because I have a lot of experience with being on the school board with funding and critical decisions on how to spend funds from being a school board member. Big decisions, I'm finding out, are made by the county council that impact all of us residents in Hendricks County. As I said, I've attended many of those council meetings and have noticed that many of the big decisions are made with very little discussion. I know Cindy was at one with me, and she got up, and it was, well, anyway. And the decisions are made with very little discussion or true understanding of how impactful these decisions will be. For instance, I went to a meeting last month, and the sheriff were wanting their retirement updated. And there was a lady representing the sheriff, and she got up there and she talked for half an hour. It was so nice to hear someone explain it. Nothing is ever explained. And you get an agenda, but it's very brief, but I know they've got the one quite in detail. But there's just not a whole lot of discussion. I want to assure that all the Hendricks County are fully aware of what the county council does and how it is so impactful. Lots of times we're thought of as, the county council is thought of as the county commissioners. Quite different, but I know they work hand in hand. In my experience as a Hendricks County resident, the people we elect, we want to provide the best possible services while keeping costs here in Hendricks County under control. There's a couple of things that I would like to share, a couple quotes that I liked reading, and I'd like to share them with you. This one was first Taylor Swift. This is what she said. "It's not enough to just want change. You have to go and make change by voting." I thought that was a good one from Taylor. And my second one, "We must believe that we are gifted for something, and that this thing, at whatever cost, must be attained." And this was from Marie Curie. I want to thank all of you, and in the back, when the meeting's over, I have some shirts and coasters if you'd like, and some signs. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Cindy. And so next we have, I'm old, I have to do things when I think about them or I forget. Jered Petrey. Jered is a fellow Quaker from Plainfield. And I haven't known Jered for a very long time, but I know a couple things about him. He does numbers really well, which is completely and totally foreign, might as well be an alien person. And the other thing is he likes to read minutes to all the council meetings. Yeah, I know. Come on, Jered, come on up and talk. I think that means that he's a serious person.
Thank you. I am kind of serious. Just ask my son. So, thanks for coming out tonight. I know rainy weather, it's hard to get out and about sometimes, so I appreciate you being here and being able to hear from me about the county council. So what am I running for? County Council District 3. So that's Guilford Township, Liberty, Franklin, Union, and Marion Townships. So if you're in any of those, you're in my district. I'm really running for county council because it really does matter more than what people realize. My background, I'm a Quaker by move. I went to Ben Davis High School. My wife is from Plainfield. Graduated with my bachelor's from Butler University and my master's, my MBA, from the University of Southern Indiana. My son is currently a Quaker. He is a junior now in the special needs department at Plainfield High School. And of course, we moved to Plainfield because my wife said so. So I'm a dedicated husband and now a father to a tiny little golden retriever, if you've seen him on my social media. Griffey the Golden, and that's why John's not here, because he's watching the dog. So when I'm talking about running for county council, I had to think about what was going on here in Hendricks County and why, what kind of difference I would make. In my day-to-day life, I'm a COO of a regional mid-sized eye care company. I pore over spreadsheets almost daily. It's what I do. I go through numbers. I like to read minutes. I create agendas. And so I thought, county council, that seems to be right up my alley. It's what I do anyway, right? So when we're talking about that, three things really pop out to me here in Hendricks County. Number one is financial stewardship, making sure that we take the taxpayer money and spend it appropriately. Number two is accountability and transparency. So making sure, as Cindy was talking about, they don't talk much in public, the county council currently. Making sure that we know what's going on in the county. And then finally, jobs and training. I think about this with my son. He's not on a college track. So where is he going to go next? So I've thought about those three things, and that's what I've kind of made my pillars so far in my campaign. As far as financial stewardship goes, as Cindy said, the council controls the purse strings here in the county. The sheriff, health, parks, EMS, anything that's county related, they are providing the funding for. As many of you know, the state has recently tried to restructure property tax and local income taxes and how they're distributed and brought into the county. This is another reason why I decided to run. When I first met with Linda and Cindy talking about this, this was one of the first things that Cindy brought up to me when I was considering running for council. It's important to know that the top end amounts that the county can bring in is going to drop. The state legislators decided to create a win for themselves and say, yes, we're cutting taxes, but they didn't tell you that it was going to raise somewhere else. It's always going to come from somewhere. Right now, if you watch the county council and you listen to them talk about this process, they're following others. They're waiting and seeing what's going to happen. In my opinion, and in my experience, it's best to lead. Get out in front and do the work. Don't wait for someone else to tell you what's the best case scenario for your county. You need to get out and do it yourself. Another thing I wanted to talk about just briefly, talking about reading through minutes. Chris, thank you for some of the transcript the other day. I couldn't sit through 8 hours of the budget hearings while I was working. So I poured through the transcripts. And I found out that my opponent, Chuck Parsons, he's the incumbent. He was appointed. He was not elected. My opponent voted against cost of living increase for the county employees. So he was one of the three. It passed 4-3, but he was one of the no votes. That is the simplest way to increase taxes and government expenditures here in the county. How many of you have experience of hiring somebody? It takes time, a lot of effort, recruitment costs, overtime costs, so those all raise if you lose employees. If you're not giving a cost of living increase to keep up with the times, you're going to lose those people to outside businesses. That is the simplest way that he could have helped support our county, and he refused to do it. The second thing I want to talk about is transparency and accountability, and I'll keep these shorter. We, as Cindy said, need to know what's happening in the voting beforehand, not after. And even after, they really don't tell us much in the minutes. It's so-and-so talked, vote 7-0. We need to be out in the public, be able to provide some transparency and accountability to these roles to the general public in Hendricks County. My goal is to get out in front of people. I have pledged that at least once a month I will meet constituents or have open office hours at a coffee shop, at a library, anywhere that I can, at least once a month, and I will just sit there if I have to. I'll be alone. But if you have a question or if you want to have any idea what's going on in the county, I will sit there and be responsible to answer to you. Because if you don't have that connection with someone that represents you, are you truly represented? And then finally, jobs and training. So I know that we have the Hendricks County College Network, the Made at Plainfield program. Both of those are wonderful. I think that we need to invest in those and keep investing in those, and even add other programs that support jobs locally, not just relying on companies coming in. And about a little bit more and more as we head into the final 3 months. I think that we as Democrats are in a unique moment in 2026. We have a historically unpopular president. Indiana's governor ranks in the bottom 3 in the entire country for unpopularity. Linda likes that. That's a startling situation for us here in Indiana. We have an opportunity to take advantage of that. Many of you know someone who will say, I don't really do politics. What I have found a lot here in Indiana is that when they say that, it's because they were either raised a Republican or told that they were a Republican, and they don't really want to be. So this is the year that we can change that. Make sure you get out to vote and bring someone that skipped the last midterm. If you want to find out more about me, I'm up here. Those are just 3 of the social media networks. I'm on 6 of them. Yeah, there's way too many to put on here, but these are my 3 most popular: TikTok, Facebook, and Threads. And I'm trying to, I saw the Democratic Party's on Threads now, so loving that. So if you want to find out more about me, you can go to social media somewhere. You'll see my ugly face talking about something. And, or you could go to jeredpetry.com. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jered. Okay, wait a minute, somebody took my agenda. Which one of you took it? Somebody took it. Thank you. So there's one thing I forgot to say at the very beginning, and that is that today I got an email from Charlotte Martin. Charlotte was the chair of the Hendricks County Democratic Party for a long, long time. She now lives in Atlanta, and she keeps track of us. And so she wanted me to tell you all hello, and she wanted to wish Jered and Cindy the very, very best of luck. And then it wouldn't be a meeting that I was chairing if I didn't make a change to the agenda somewhere. And I'm making that change right now. We have a candidate here, Will Coulteryan, who's running for House District 40 to replace Greg Steuerwald. And he has some news about his campaign that I would like for him to share with you all that I think will make you really, really happy.
Hey everyone, thank you. So I don't have anything prepared, so I apologize. So for those of you who don't know, well, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Will Coltrion. I'm running for House District 40 in Avon. It's my first time running for anything, and the thing that spurred me to run more than anything is I've spent the last 12 years at Family Social Services Administration. Prior to that, I spent the previous decade in working for providers that supported support for people with disabilities. So my passion has always really been helping the most vulnerable, and specifically Hoosiers with disabilities. At Family Social Services Administration, I was in a leadership role while I oversaw the Division of Disability and Rehab Services. We have seen unprecedented attacks and cuts on those services in the last few years, and we've seen even more in the last few months. One of the things I talk about on my campaign are these issues, and because of that, a number of families have reached out to me. Some of you in this room know this because you're part of this group. If you're a family and you have a kid with a disability, you are very used to being ignored, you're very used to people not listening to you, and because of that, they have created very strong online support groups. And as one of the few candidates talking about this stuff, my name went around pretty damn fast, and I suddenly had all these mama bears reaching out to me to tell me my son or daughter who relies on the Medicaid waiver has gotten a letter stating they no longer are eligible for care. It started off with a handful, and I thought that sounds funny. Those numbers kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we realized that something different was happening, something we had never seen before. In January, Family Social Services Administration rolled out a new assessment tool. So the Medicaid waiver, to get it, you have to meet a level of care that at a time previously you would have been institutionalized. It is for the most significantly disabled among us. The care is what allows them to live and work in our community. It used to be you get reevaluated, you take several years on the waiting list, you finally begin services, and then every year thereafter you're reevaluated. And it's usually a pretty quick process because if you have Down syndrome, it doesn't go away every year. For some reason, this new assessment tool they're using, the denial rate has climbed from less than 1% to 10% are being denied. When asked about it, Family Social Services said, that's what we expected, and we actually think it's going to go higher. That is hundreds of individuals with significant disabilities that they need sometimes to stay alive, losing access to care. While we were working with some of these families and trying to help them with appealing their decisions, a couple stories that we heard from all of them. This happened. FSSA won't call me back. I've contacted my state legislator and they're not calling me back. Every single person had that same story. For some of them, it was as simple as doing a quick email and explaining the situation, and the denial was overturned like that. It was an arbitrary cut. But while this was happening, I randomly was asked to do an interview about something not at all related to this, and I told the people on the media, it was WTHR, I said, I think you're missing a story here. I think you should be looking into this. So they began looking into it. We gave them the name of some families. We've identified over 2,500 families who've been affected by this. Since WTHR did the story, we've now been interviewed by Wish TV, Indy Star, WIBC, and we've been having conversations with NBC Nightly News. They're doing a long-term story on this. And Bloomberg Media is coming out next week. And the reason we have to do this is because even today, when I was at FSSA with 5 legislators demanding a change, the Secretary of FSSA is still saying no. They're not going to make the change. And the reason they're not going to make this change, and the reason why people will always say, well, this is an issue that transcends politics. Well, that's bullshit. It does not transcend politics because we have a supermajority. That supermajority 2 years ago passed a bill that granted the current Secretary of FSSA complete authority over all decision making. There's no longer legislative control over what he does. Furthermore, they allow him to sit as both the Secretary of FSSA and the Director of the Office of Medicaid Policy and Planning. That means he's now the person who has to research and come up with policy and the person who has to approve that policy to be put into place. They have removed all levels of care. The other issue was they are continuing the waste, fraud, and abuse narrative, which we know is not true at an individual level. Where it happens is managed care. Wouldn't you know, a lot of these managed care entities, we have been found 14 points out of compliance and keeping oversight. Many of them have Republican lawmakers on their boards. This is definitely a political issue. And I'm not saying the Democrats have been perfect on this, because they haven't. But as of today, we have at least 4 different Democratic legislators who have filed official filings to ask that these denials be ceased until investigation is done. And as of just a few hours ago, we actually have some Republicans joining as well. So all that is to say, we are a grassroots campaign. We take no money from PACs. We take no money from political parties except for the Hendricks County Democrats. We rely solely on our neighbors. We've done more in 1 month for people with disabilities than Greg Stewart or any other Republican has done their entire career. So, and one last thing, this is a population that if it is not affecting you, I guarantee you know someone who's affected by this. I can't go anywhere now and have someone not, when I bring them up, not say, my nephew's going through that exact same thing. My husband's sister's going through that. This happens to everyone. And if for whatever reason you're one of those people that you hear this and you think, that's a shame, but it doesn't happen to me, remember this. People with a disability are the largest minority class in our country, and they're the only minority class that any of us can join tomorrow. This is absolutely something we need to take seriously, and I'm happy we're finally getting some attention for it.
Thanks, Will. I just, when Will was telling me this story last week, I heard Bloomberg and NBC Nightly News and went crazy, like, oh my God, we're gonna be famous. But here's the thing, what Will says is true, and every time he says that phrase that the disability segment of the population is one that we could all be a part of at any moment, that it always makes the hair stand up on my arms, because it is something that we don't think about for the most part. So, so I thank you for that, Will, and I am glad along with you that it's getting the attention it deserves. Back to the agenda. July meeting minutes. Just a moment. Tammy Rutledge. Just a second, and let me get over here to you. Tammy has a correction to the minutes.
Sorry. I just happened to be reading them while I was waiting for the meeting to start. And I thought maybe we should change the sentence that says, it puts a lot of responsibility on the inspections, and if Evan Bayh wins the Secretary of State race, I thought maybe we might want to change that to Bo. Bye.
I'm sorry. That tells you what generation the secretary and the chair is in. Because Evan Bayh sounded perfectly great to us. So now, we've got one change. Any other changes anybody noticed? May I have a motion to approve the minutes as they will be amended from Evan Bayh to Bo Bayh? Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The minutes are approved as amended. Okay. Now we're going to move over to the CER Medical Debt Relief Project. Many of you have heard me say this past year, many times referred to Contest Every Race, is a nationwide PAC that has a grant program for rural cities and counties across the nation to organize better, learn to do things they've never learned to do before, and build their county parties up to be stronger. And one of the things that they are doing
the executive committee for CER, which stands for Contest Every Race, by the way. That's their overarching goal, is to make sure that there is no Republican that ever runs unopposed at any county, township, or town office. So they got together, and of course, we all want to talk about, we all want to focus on the county, and we do, and I do want to focus on the county. But the national picture is the national picture. It's big, it's heavy, it's in your face every day, all the time. We can tell you more about what the national scene is than we can in the county council. So it's there, and we have to deal with it. One of the things that CER came up with is the fact that the Democrat brand has taken a beating, and they wanted to just noodling about that and what to do about that. And one of the things that they came up with is the fact that the people, the United States citizens, do not trust the Republicans on health care. And they are coming around to trust the Democratic Party on health care. And so one of the things that they thought would make a big impact is to partner with a nonprofit corporation who buys medical debt. And so they want us to partner with them and the 400 other counties across the United States that are also in the CER grant program this term. We'll all be doing it at the same time. That will be for August and September. We're going to try and raise $500 to erase $50,000 of medical debt for someone. Most likely, that will be more than that, because 100 to 1 is the low end. Most of the time, it's much, much higher than that. Almost always somewhere between $5 and $7. So we are going to initiate that tonight. You cannot write a check. You cannot do cash. It has to be done through Act Blue. There was talk about numbers. I don't even want to think about what this was like trying to figure this all out on the back end of Act Blue on a tandem contribution form. We're all pretty familiar with the Act Blue contribution forms. They usually have choices of 10, 20, 50, 100, 250, whatever, and you pick whichever one you want, or you type in the amount you want to contribute, and you click donate. This one, however, it's going to look a little bit different. You're going to take a picture of the QR code, and you're going to see a tandem contribution form. It's going to be pre-filled out for you. It's going to have a total donation of $20. It's going to have a donation that goes to CER of $15 and a donation that goes to Hendricks County Democratic Party of $5. You can change those numbers how you wish, but they have set this up like as an example to start out with. So you're going to see that, and if that's what you want to do, all you have to do is look at it and click donate. If you want to change, you can. You can change the HCDP contribution to 0, and that's fine. If you want $20 to go, it'll go. However, if you do the $5 for Hendricks County, CER is going to take that $5 out of their coffers and put it into the 15 so that we're actually donating 20. Is that all as confusing for you as it was for me when I heard it the first time? Actually, I'm kind of surprised I could get it back to you. So, questions?
where is the debt relief going to happen? Is the money raised in Hendricks County going to take care of debt relief for Hendricks County residents?
No. Well, maybe. The whole thing is going to go into a pool, and the medical debt is going to be applied across the country. So we could have some for Hendricks County, and we will not know. And that is due to privacy issues. Thank you, Marcia. I needed that word bad. Gosh darn it, I thought I had all of my explanations. I'm sorry. The people that will be pulled out will have medical debt that totals greater than 5% of their annual income as a minimum. So that's how that's going to work as well. Any other questions?
Are they going to somehow advertise that we're doing this?
We will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a cap on what they will give back to the Hendricks County Dems? Like if you put in, so you put in $100, they give you 25.
That was the question I had.
Yeah, perfect.
Any others? Okay. So I have, I never know how this room is going to be set up from month to month. So I was planning on, last month we had the long tables end to end, and so I made 5 QR codes to pass down the table. And of course, do you see the long tables? No. So I'll pass these around if anybody wants to do this tonight, that's great. If you want to, well, I mean, we'll have these.
The QR code is on the screen.
The,
Yeah, if you zoom in, it works.
zoom in on the, they also assigned a goal for each county to reach, which I have to tell you, when I read that, I got kind of scared, wondering what it could possibly be, and it is $500.
I can get to her house, unbeknownst to her.
So, I'm knowing from knowing you all and working with you all for several months now, I have no doubt that Hendricks will meet that goal and possibly exceed it. If you think of anything else, if you think of any other questions or anything like me, I usually don't have questions at the time somebody asks for questions. I usually have to percolate it up in my head for a minute. And so you know how to find me. Committee reports, let's go. Oh, look, I'm first. I'm going to report on the Executive Committee and PC Ops. I can tell you PC Ops pretty quickly. We have made a decision to suspend precinct chair operations, that's it, yeah. Precinct chair operations until after the election, because all the activities really, per se, of precinct chairs is kind of being subsumed into field operations right now. So when we get through with the election, we will sit down and revisit precinct chair operations. Although, let me say, we never, ever, for any reason, stop looking for precinct chairs. So that won't stop. but the meetings and the activities, or the meetings will, the activities won't. The executive committee, I want to say, and this might be a little bit of discussion, possibly. One of the things we're meeting tomorrow night is the next executive committee meeting, and one of the things that we will be making a decision on is the purchase of billboards for the county. We have 3 locations in Hendricks County that are available the month of October, which is when we wanted them up. This is a kind of a significant expenditure. So Darcy has looked at all of these locations. My sister can help me figure out, because she drove them with me. We went to look at them on Sunday. So there is one in Avon. The one in Avon is at the entrance to the new town square. You know where the Cabin Coffee had the intersection at 36, and now that intersection is moved back to where the main drive is into the new town hall. Easton Gray. Wow. How random is that? Easton Gray. That one, that's a location. The other 2 are both on Crawfordsville Road. I call it Crawfordsville Road. Crawfordsville Road, 136, whatever. Going out of Danville toward, out of Brownsburg toward Claremont, thank you. They are just, there's one that's about, they're only about a mile apart. I personally don't see any reason to get 2 billboards that are going to cost over $2,000 each that are only a mile apart. Do I have an agreement on that? Thank you. One of those is only a mile outside of Claremont. The other one is a little closer into Brownsburg. So those are our actually 2 choices for billboards. The verbiage for the billboards. Help me, what are they? Messaging, thank you. Sorry.
One second.
Had enough? So
Was that it? Was that one of them? I apologize. I'm springing this stuff on people. And if my head could hold a thought, you know. Same old politics, 0 progress, vote Democrat. Had enough, so have we, vote Democrat.
costs are rising, paychecks flat, vote Democrat.
Costs are rising, paychecks flat, vote Democrat. Those are our 3, pretty good, aren't they? I know, we're very creative. Well, I include myself in a we that I shouldn't really, but yeah. Okay, so what do you think about having billboards? You think it's worthwhile? Does anybody think it's a stupid idea? I have to tell you, I have very mixed feelings about it, because it does cost a lot of money. And we're going to spend, that money is going to get spent a lot faster than we're going to make it back up. And it's a midterm. And yeah, so, but it's a midterm. It happens to be this particular midterm. So Chuck has a thought. Wait a minute, Karen has a thought. I'll get Karen and come back over to you, Chuck.
I mean, the thing about billboards, they're okay. What I have to ask is what are we giving up, or what else would we do? I mean, right now, these days, you know, those aren't bad spots, but that doesn't nearly represent the county.
Right.
And I worry a lot of times billboards are not as effective. The research I've read, but if anybody in here who does marketing and communications for a living, I just used to hire people to do that, and they would tell me, in their view, billboards were a middle to lower expenditure, that social media, print media, direct mail, actually social media, direct mail, print media, and then billboards. I mean, those are what people told me. It just depends. I mean, you've got two interesting locations. I would certainly benefit from the one going into Brownsburg, but that's just one little piece of the county. So at $2,000, the question I would ask back to people who would know, what else can you buy with that money? And it's a forced choice. So I'm not going to say do it. I'm not going to say don't do it. I would say let's be clear on what we give up or what we would get in making that commitment.
Thanks, Karen. No.
Thank you. Well, I was remembering when we worked with a earlier group that we bought a billboard on US 36 right in the middle of Avon, and it's a super high traffic area. I mean, all day long it's just cars going back and forth, and if there's a fire station between Dan Jones and 267. It's on the north side of the highway, and we bought that billboard. I'm sure it was, I think it was a long time ago, and it wasn't $2,000, but I can't reference the cost. But I will tell you what, we had comments on that because people going from Danville all back and forth to Avon, somewhere near Costco. I'm just saying, everybody goes to Costco. And you're going to get a lot more visibility if you can get it someplace like that. And it would be more worth the dollars. It would be worth more the dollars we're putting into
More
it.
traffic. It was the billboard right in front of Harlan.
These are the three that are available.
Who's the company?
Reagan.
Oh, I will tell you one thing. Let me have that. One thing that was interesting is we thought the billboard that we bought at that time was available then and ongoing. The day after it was, because you pay for a month, but sometimes the next person doesn't buy the billboard immediately. It goes on for a while before somebody buys it the next time. The day after it was over, it was down, and somebody else bought that billboard and put something up there. A lot of people had seen that billboard and didn't want it up there anymore. Do you remember that, Catherine? Oh, yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of positive comments here. I just want you to think that we work really, really hard to earn $2,000. If you're excited about this idea, be excited to put your money where your mouth is.
That's a lot of chicken dinners.
Kathy kind of stole my idea, was that the pie doesn't have to stay so big. We need our pie to get bigger and bigger. The thing about billboards, and I appreciate Karen's information that she has come across, but in advertising and marketing, they say that the average person has to see something or hear something or be exposed to something at least 7 times before they remember it. And that's the point of a billboard. If you're driving back and forth to work on 136 or between Danville and Avon every day, you're going to see that, and then you're going to remember it. And the point is as we know, Indiana has an abysmally low voter turnout rate. It's not, you know, I think, was it Destiny Wells who said that, you know, we don't have a Republican parliament, we have a turnout problem. And that's the whole point of the billboards, is to get it into the brain. And if we have more than one billboard, I would love for us to have 5 billboards. As to the location, Linda's absolutely right. You just have to get, you know, we probably should have had this conversation this spring, but, you know, we are where we are. And, you know, these are the ones that are available. I would love to have something on 36, but I'm assuming there's not anything available, so. And if you like the idea, there are QR codes all over Act Blue. So.
So for those of you who don't know, the Hendricks County Democrats did offer grants to some candidates, and because of that, there is going to be a billboard on 36 in front of Costco for our campaign. So there is, and for us, you know, I think Karen's right. The county's huge, but my district is Avon, and so for me, it's like, so for those of you who like think, well, we want to have this, there is. The party is providing a great spot for a billboard. So just keep that in mind.
Awesome.
Get back to the print media. Should we look at each one of these small town papers and say, if we can get 3 to 5 ads in those papers every week, how many people would that look at? We need to find out what that costs and how many times we could do it between now and November 3rd.
I'll comment back to that just real quickly, not going into a lot of specifics. Ads in the Republican newspaper are expensive.
Yeah.
And there are only that subscribed number of people reading it every week. So those are the 2 things I think about when you said that, Carol.
One number that I did just want to share is that all of these billboards have over 80,000 eyes on them a day. So 80,000 eyes, yes, some of those are seeing it multiple times and they're being counted multiple. But not everyone is every single day taking the same route and getting counted all 30 days, right? So 80,000 people a day for a couple $1,000s, much bigger impact than spending $900 on a print ad where it's an undisclosed amount of subscribers and they have to open it that specific week. Yeah. So bigger investment, and then it's also thinking outside of Hendricks County in my mind, because it is our Boone County friends, it is our Putnam County friends who are also going to be exposed to Hendricks County trying to increase voter turnout.
So Catherine was right. Repetition is the most effective rhetorical device that we have out there. Say something and say it again and say it again and say it again. So I don't know that I have an opinion one way or another on whether to get a billboard, but as for the message on the billboard, I'm going to want to have the field team repeat whatever it is that we put up there. So we're already telling lots of people right now a couple of talking points, which is that, you know, we've got the best slate of candidates in a generation. We are wanting to stand up to bullies and fight for you. Like, those are the things that we're saying over and over and over again. If you want a different message up there, that's the different message that I'll put into the script, and we'll call and we'll change what we're saying to people in phase 2 and phase 3 in our persuasion. But we need to have an aligned strategy in our messaging. We need to make sure that whatever it is that we're saying, if they see it on the road while they're driving, that they're also hearing it when we call them on the phone, and they're also seeing it on their door when we put it on the lit. Like, it needs to be message discipline across different media. So that is the thing that I would say.
Thank you, Linda.
You have to give it back at some point.
Okay. First off, Trump's an idiot, but he's a marketing genius. That is one thing they do well, and it's multimedia. So they're on social media. You see Republicans are on billboards. They're on YouTube. You can't avoid them. So one of the things for us is we are on social media and we're on a number of places, and we are reaching people on social media. We're reaching people on Facebook. I see that. I see some of us, some stuff actually on YouTube, but not on billboards. there is a certain segment of the population that is not on social media. They just aren't out there, you know, dinosaurs, whatever, but they don't pay attention to it, or they shut it down, or they're taking a break from it because of all the other crap on it. So a billboard. And when they were talking about, you see it, the more you see it, it's called the mirror effect. It's a psychological effect. Marketers love it. That's how they get you to buy things you really didn't want, never wanted, hated it, and then, you know, 2 months later you're wearing it. So the more you get out, the better. I think I personally believe it's worth the spend. It's a different approach for us. It's somewhere we haven't been, and I think it'll hit some people like right between the eyes that usually aren't seeing Democrat stuff when all of a sudden you're seeing this driving down the road.
I'm going to take one more comment and then we're going to wrap this up and move on to another committee.
It's also not just about who sees it, but it's also about the populations that you are seeing. And if you aren't inspiring young people to come out and vote, it's not going to matter, because they are the people that are going to be doing this moving forward, not older people. And so we can't just focus on older people who show up more. You have to inspire young people to vote and come out and care about politics too, and they are on social media.
Thank you very much for all those comments. It will help us. It's always better, at least in my mind, to hear more people talk about something than just the four of us, although we are superior and super intelligent and we know a lot, and we always make only good decisions. So thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, Darcy. Darcy James is going to talk about communications, media, and Young Democrats.
And the Young Gems. I will start with communications and marketing. And I know we've talked a lot about spending money, but I hope that you're excited to spend money on merch. On the website now, if you go to the HCDP tab at the top, there's a drop down that will take you to our website, and you can have all sorts of things shipped straight to your house. This is a little sample. Every single item you see up here is in different colors. So it's all blue and whites and grays and whatnot, but if you don't like it's blue and white baseball shirt, there's a gray and white one and all sorts of different variations. The baseball cap that's blue is a ponytail one for us girlies. If there are things that you want to see, you're like, I would really love this style of shirt, it is so easy for me to get it added now. And then there's no delay in having to see me at a meeting to get your shirt or drop it off at your house or whatnot. All of this will be shipped straight to you. It is a vendor that's in Indiana, not here in Hendricks County, but that's okay. They have a great website and they're so easy to use. And yeah, like I said, I can add so many products, and if you're like, I need a different type of cotton shirt, that's fine. Easy adds. So hopefully with this whole, we're trying to show that Democrats are in Hendricks County. You guys can get some new merch, new shirts, whatever styles you want. At the HH dinner, I am going to have a little sampling. So if you're like, I hate online ordering, Darcy, that makes me really nervous because I don't know what it feels like. Same. So I will have a little bit of a little sampling things of just some of the things that I think that you're going to want the most. So if you don't have to rush, it's fine. But the merch store finally exists, so yay. For Young Dems, I don't have too much to ramble about today. We will have some events coming up soon. We're going to try and do more phone banking and things and get people more involved with that. We will have a trivia fundraiser for Karen Whitney in October, so we will have some planning meetings coming up for that. We do not need a treasurer anymore, because I did get Jaden to commit earlier today. I talked him through it, and so I do think that means I have an executive committee as long as I can get everyone to sign a paper. And so I think that hopefully I will actually be a recognized organization by Indiana Young Dems. Hopefully. So. We do our meetings virtually on the fourth Thursday of the month. It's super easy, super casual, just a bunch of
under 35 adults who are like-minded and want to grow their community. So hopefully if you have other people that you have not gotten to join, now really is the time, since we do only have 84 days until Election Day. That's all I got. Who's next? Miss Kathy.
Let's see, what's up first? Okay, we finished the fair in July. It was a lot of fun. Will was there almost every single day, the whole day. So, and I wanted to thank Beth Bax and Susie Freeman, who are neither one here tonight. That's because they were worn out. But it was a lot of fun, and if you didn't get a chance to join us, Jared, I know you were there, Karen and Peggy were there. We had a lot of candidates. Margaret, I think, stopped by, and Cindy was there. Yeah, so I apologize if candidates were great. But it really is a lot of fun. The people, the energy was very positive. Very few people said, I don't want your merchandise, and it's like, fine, I don't want to give it to you anyways. But so we had a lot of, and we went on the midway and handed out merchandise this time. We were handing out, we had flags, and especially at the beginning of the week when it was hot, we handed them out there, so we started our own blue wave. We just had last week a Dems and dinner up in Brownsburg, had over 20 people. It was a lot of fun, there was no agenda, we just sat and talked and got to know each other a little better. And I was asked by some of the people there to go back to a Dems and Deli, so we're doing that at the end of September, which is basically the same thing, only thing it's at lunchtime. And if you're a candidate, let me know, and if you'd like to come, I would put it on our Mobilize invite that you're going to be there, and maybe people would like to come and meet and greet you. Yeah, I know, Ted can come. Okay, next, I'm trying to go fast. 26, in a couple weeks, we're going to try something new, music bingo. I have no idea how this is going to work. I know the old songs. I'm hoping somebody comes and knows the new songs, and just have a good time. We'll see how, but go to Mobilize, sign up so we know to expect you. And we have 2 parades coming up, North Salem on September 5th. The sign up is there, and Plainfield is September 19th. Again, this is fun. All you do is wave, throw some candy, and every year the response from the communities is getting more and more positive. We are making a difference, so. Okay, and we have help wanted. The pay is great. I'm looking for somebody that would help us maintain the inventory of our assets. We have a tent, we have tables, we have all the paperware that we do for a meal. I've set it up in a spreadsheet, most of the work is done. I just need somebody that can, after an event, can say, okay, now we started out with 100 paper plates, we only have 50, and update the spreadsheet. Take maybe an hour a month. I'm just looking for some help here. So if you're interested, let me know. Thank you.
Who said something about assets? Are you talking about the float? You talking about the float too?
Uh-huh. I'm talking about assets that the outreach committee really needs, but you don't have to be on the outreach committee. I'm talking about stuff we need for meals, for the parades, for our booths, things like that. Not the decorations for the HH dinner, so it's not all the assets at this point. It may expand to that, but I'm starting with what I know. Does that make sense, Ted?
Yeah. It's just, we have assets at different locations, so
Oh, absolutely. The spreadsheet shows, you know, the plates are at my house, the float is at your house.
Elizabeth Coleman for field operations.
Yay! Thank you. So, I think the minutes say where we were at last month. I don't remember exactly, but since our last meeting on July 14th, we have contacted 3,535 Democrats. So our total is now just shy of 6,000 since we started launching phase 1, but that means we still have 18,821 to go for phase 1. That's about 700 calls a day. So we need your help. If you have not yet signed up to phone bank, please sign up to phone bank. If you've already phone banked in the past, please sign up to phone bank. I'm going to make it really, really easy for you. My daughter Josephine is there, and she's got a clipboard, and she's going to go from table to table, and it lists all 9 phone banking shifts that we already have on the calendar from now to Labor Day. Now, the way you fill this out is that you just put in your name, your address, your email, and your phone number, and then put an X under every event that you can sign up for. We would love to see you attend as many as you can, but at least one, please, if you can. And then once you've put that information in, I will sign you up through the app, and it will send you an email that gives you a reminder of when it is. I can sign you up for text message reminders so that you don't forget, oh yeah, I was supposed to phone bank on Thursday. Was that at Plainfield or at Brownsburg? It'll just tell you. So Josephine, please pass that around. Take it to those nice folks there. Please sign up to phone bank. And then those are the only events that we have from now until Labor Day. So please help us out with that. Yes, Marilee. Hold on, I'm going to come over because there's apparently.
Saturday's Plainfield time is wrong. It's 10 to 1.
It's 10 to 1 on Saturday. But it is correct on the little sheet, so when you sign up for Josephine, who's really sweet and you would hate to disappoint her, then you can see that that is the time. Now, some of you may be saying, I don't know how to phone bank. I'm intimidated about phone banking. I feel very uncomfortable with this. I've never done anything like this before. How could I possibly phone bank? Take it to the nice folks at the table over there. Well, good news. 9 out of 10 are voicemail. You don't have to talk to anyone. All you're going to say is, hi, my name's Elizabeth, or your name. I'm a volunteer with the Hendricks County Democrats. I'm calling because it is so important that we do everything that we can to stand up to bullies and elect new leadership in Hendricks County this November. The Hendricks County Dems have built the best slate of local candidates that we've seen in a generation, but we really need your vote to win. You can learn more about how our candidates will fight for you at hendrickscountydemocrats.com. And you say that, and then they get the message. And when they see it on a billboard or a lid or wherever, it'll sort of resonate, and it all builds on itself. Now, every so often, every 1 out of 10 calls approximately, you might actually get a real human. Hello, real human.
I'll be playing the real human. I'll be playing the real human.
Okay. And it goes something like this. Hi, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a volunteer with the Hendricks County Democratic Party.
who?
Hendricks County Democrats. Are you Sarah? You're not supposed to be scaring them.
No, it's just typical. I'm just showing you typical. A little breath. Okay.
As in, you're so relieved.
So relieved. Well, we'll do that one next. We'll do that one next.
No.
Okay.
All right. So I'm calling because we've been working hard to give you the best slate of Democratic candidates in Hendricks County in a generation. We believe it's never been more important to stand up to bullies who don't care about the people of Hendricks County. Are you still a Hendricks County voter?
Well, I am.
Fantastic. And what issue is most important to you in deciding who to vote for?
I'm not good at pop quizzes, but everything. Can you fix any of it, please?
Yes, and we have built the best slate of candidates to address all of those things at every level. We have candidates for county council. We have candidates for state representative. We have candidates up and down the ballot. But we need you in order to get those folks elected. Can we count on you to vote for Democrats this November?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. And we need all the help we can get. It is important that you vote, but could you be able to help us by volunteering as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. When's your what do you need though?
Oh, just for you to get out and make phone calls with fellow Democrats, just like we're doing right now. In fact, we have our next phone bank on Thursday. It's on Thursday at the Plainfield Library from 5 to 7:30.
Well, I would like to come out to that, and we've had several people show up this way too. Just saying.
Yeah. Fantastic. We also have a newsletter that you could get every week to your email. Would you like that too, to stay updated on great works that we're doing, like fundraising to help eliminate medical debt?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, great. I need your email address, blah, 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 blah. Scene. Right? It is not hard. People welcome these calls. She was a little persnickety, but most folks are actually easier going than Sarah Blaine Bridge. Right? She does. She really does. And she actually takes that approach when she's talking to him too. And I know because she has been at every phone bank except for one, because she is amazing. Yay, Sarah. So, please come. We are calling Democrats. The list is Democrats. 77% of the folks that we have called have said, yes, I'm voting for Democrats. And a lot of the time they thank us for reaching out to them and calling. They like knowing they're not alone. They like knowing that we're fighting back. They like knowing that they don't have to accept all this bullshit, pardon me, but they don't have to accept all this bullshit, and giving them a way to do something. So we need you to do something, which is show up to these phone banks. Yes, Ari, what is it? Oh.
Does it help elect Democrats?
It does. It does. And what are we all here for? All right. And that's
I would like to say I do a lot of phone banking, and folks actually call me back. I'll leave my they'll see my number from calling, and they'll call me back, and they'll want to talk about it. So I mean, they really do. The ones that don't mind. I mean, I get a lot of people that encourage me too. So I mean, so they'll actually, there are actually people out there that want to hear these calls. So just wanted you to know.
Jerome is the phone bank king. Jerome phone banks every day.
He does.
Tim. Yes, just a moment. I'm almost there.
My previous job involved a lot of community outreach and stuff like that, and one of the number one things we had to do every day was an hour of phone banking. It was considered our best way to reach out to the community is call people, because it can be hard to find people to talk to, but when you have a curated phone list like this, you can rapidly contact 100 people in an hour if you're efficient. It's incredibly effective for getting a hold of people and getting our message out there.
Thank you for that. And I think, Ari, hasn't it been shown that, I mean, like for real with data and stuff like that, that it can increase voter turnout by up to 6%?
Yes.
Yes. And so we need that, we for sure need to increase voter turnout. Okay, we're still working through it, guys. Can you stay with me? Stay with me? Yes.
About phone banking, when we call people on the phone banking, does Hendricks County offer rides to people? Do we have a team at all that does that offers rides to people that need to get to a voting precinct?
We do not have a team put together, but if that's something that we have not had anybody express that need so far. Elizabeth?
Right now, the primary thing that we're doing is identifying our people, right? We're doing voter ID calling. So it's, are you a Hendricks County Democrat? Do you plan to vote for Democrats? What issue is most important to you? Will you volunteer, right? And newsletter, that's like the sort of the fifth question there that hangs out there. But we're not trying to recruit people to do any sort of GOTV right now. We want them to vote for Democrats.
Yeah, if you had somebody, someone picked up the phone and you were talking to them and they said that they needed a ride, what I would do if I were you, I would say, I will submit your information to the chair and she'll get back with you. Next is fundraising, our most favorite subject, our favorite committee, our favorite acting committee chair. Which, by the way, is another want ad. We need a permanent fundraising chair. So, here's Karen. She's been great, though.
Thank you. I'm Karen O'Brien. I'm interim chair of the fundraising committee and have been for almost 2 years. Okay. I'm Karen O'Brien, interim chair of the fundraising committee, and we've had so much good news tonight. I hate to throw this on you, but we have more good news from fundraising. I just heard from our brand new treasurer that we added 7 new recurring donors. And monthly income just surpassed $1,000 from recurring donations. So we're really on our way to being not only being an active working party, but also fulfilling our dreams financially, I think. The Hoosier Hospitality Dinner takes place September 11th. Now that's got to be an easy date to remember. 9/11 is the Hoosier Hospitality Dinner. That's a Friday evening, and it's our gala of the year. And we sent out 1,328 invitations on this Monday. So you should look for that in the mail. And it has your registration and a QR code if you want to go through Act Blue. And we have a speaker who is Carrie Hamilton, and she, by all reports I've had, is dynamic speaker. She is a state representative for District 87. And young and vibrant, and we should have a great time that night. That's it. Come to the Hoosier Hospitality Dinner on September the 11th.
And bring your friends.
Thank you, Karen. CEB, County Election Board, Tracy was going to be here, but she's not. And so I'm just going to say that the election board has approved the locations and the numbers of rolls, et cetera, et cetera. The locations are all the same as they were for the primary. And we have started the #1 most excellent poll worker scheduler. That would be Marilee Steckler. Please, please, please stand, please stand. Marilee started making phone calls yesterday, and she already has 2 locations completely filled up. So I want to, we're behind time, and I don't want to keep you too long, and I appreciate you being here, but I do want to say a little bit about Civics 101, and I want to tell you a little bit about home rule. How many of you out there know what home rule is as pertains to government? Okay, so here, home rule state, which Indiana is one in which the state constitution grants local governments the authority to govern themselves on local matters without needing explicit permission from the state legislature. So, I bring that up because last legislative session, House Bill 1055 gave local clerks, local county government, the option to move municipal elections from the off year to even years. Now, that's not, they didn't say they had to do that, but they said that you have that option. We have a person going around to speak to all the clerks, because the clerks are the people who run the elections in the county, reminding all of them that this is an option. The reason that this person is doing this is because if they want to change from the off year to the even year, they have to put together a resolution. The resolution has to be voted on and passed, and then all of that has to be turned into the county election board so that they can make those changes for 28. Danville and Pittsburgh have already chosen to move their municipal elections from the off year to the even year. I found out today that it is on the Avon Town Council agenda for a work session on Thursday. On Thursday. And so I don't know which way they'll go. That's my most up to the minute information. But just so you know that's happening, that will impact the reason. The pro to it is if an election is held on an even year, the county pays for that election. Municipal elections are paid for by those municipalities. Elections cost a lot of money. So they would be saving that money because they would push those municipal elections over to an election that's bigger that the county's paying for.
So that means the municipal elections would be moved to the presidential. And more people would show up to vote, and more people would hit that straight Republican. You could say goodbye to having any Democrats winning any of their town council races. There would be only Republicans because it's the presidential and they're going to vote straight Republican. So I urge you, if they're having this work session in Avon, go there and tell them you don't want this. Municipal elections are too important. They're the ones that affect you directly. So that's very important. So I told Brownsburg, I'm on the council, but I talked to the president, and we decided that if any Joe Schmo showed up at one of our meetings with an ordinance, would we put it on our agenda? And the answer was no.
There is no ordinance.
They have a written ordinance that they will give to the county. It's Danville's ordinance, and they are going to provide it to the municipalities so that they can make the ordinance.
So it's a resolution.
It's a resolution. Okay. So anyway, they vote on it. The guy that did this is nobody. I mean, he has a different job, and it's Don Don Hodson. Now, he's on the election board, but he wasn't allowed to say that he was representing the election board because he took it upon himself to go to each municipality and give them the schmeal and scare them with how much money an election was going to cost if they were the only ones. They told AMO. They told them that the election that Avon just had, that the schools had, cost $50,000. Now, I don't know if that's true. But he said, if you're the only one, then you'll have to foot the whole bill to AMO. So he's trying to scare people with the financial thing, but it really is, it's the integrity of our municipal elections. So I don't believe it's coming up. We're not even going to hear it in Brownsburg.
Yeah, it's up to the municipality to make the choice, to consider it, vote on it, put the resolution together. But let me say one other thing about this. Hendricks County has no leverage here. None. Why is that? Does anybody know why that is?
Because the majority in both houses of this legislature, that has happened for the last 25 years.
I'm talking about the county. The county has no leverage, or Democrats in this county have no leverage. Why? Because there's a Republican filling every single office in every single municipality. They are going to do what they want to do. We can do nothing. We can get as pissed off as we want. We can get mad. We can do all of those things. But until we start putting candidates on the ballot, this is where we'll stay. So, well, that was a downer. That was a downer, but that's where we're at, you guys. That's where we're at. That's what we have to make a decision to make a change. Instead of being faced with something like this, you can push a straight D to vote the same as you can a straight R. In a lot of county, let me say this too, a lot of county offices, township boards, there's 3 people that run for township boards. A straight ticket doesn't affect that at all. So there are some things a straight ticket will do, and there are other things that it won't. So I can see very easily where a small town like Amo would want to push their municipal election to an even year. They save money, and that's most of the time a good thing. Okay, who's picking the raffle ticket? So that's your Civics 101 lesson for tonight, home rule. Or home Republican rule. $50-50 raffle winner coming up next.
Okay. Do I need to press anything? No. Okay. Hi, everybody. Are you ready for this? At long last, our payout tonight is $81. Not bad. And the winner is, really shake them up. Are you ready? Yeah. It ends in 0437. 0437. Yay! Come on up. Yay! We told you it was a lucky one. I'll take your, well, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'll donate
And
that
giving back
Thank
a 40. Thank you. All righty.
Okay, kids, if all hearts are clear, I will entertain a motion. Do I hear a motion? To adjourn. Second, all in favor? All opposed, no. Thank you so much for coming.